believe house. Oh, today we're going to have so much fun. We're going to do Staar Review 21. Ho, ho, ho. So let's get started and the magical whiteboard appears. We're going to graph the 3 lines at the top. Remember, now you're going to graph 3 lines. They're going to form a right triangle. You're going to do the Pythagorean theorem and get the hypotenuse as a simplified radical. Ho, ho, ho. So let's look at number 1. So we want to graph number 1, don't we? So this is my y, this is my x. Remember, when you put them in or when you pull them out, the signs will switch. So the opposite of a positive 3 is a negative 3. The opposite of a negative 3 is a positive 3. This is my slope, which is going to be negative 1/3. So I need to graph negative 3, comma 3. And then I'm going to do a slope of down 1, right 3, down 1, right 3, down 1, right 3, and then up 1, right 3. And it's a solid line. Ho, 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 ho. That's line 1, and I'm going to shade down on that line. Oh, fun, 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 fun. Let's do number 2 in purple. Ho, ho, ho. So let me go switch to purple. We got x greater than or equal to negative 3. X greater than or equal to negative 3. It only goes to the x-axis, and it's going to be vertical, and that has a slope, but it's undefined in it. So this has a slope that's undefined. Okay, and on this one right here, I'm going to shade to the left, and that's my number 2. Oh, or I'm sorry, I'm going to shade to the right, because I want x to be greater than negative 3. Greater than on the x is to the right. Now then, let's do number 3 in blue. I want y greater than or equal to 1. So 1 is right here. I want it to be greater than or equal to 1. I'm going to go this way. This has a slope of 0, and I'm going to shade up. So basically, I'm shading inside that right triangle, aren't I? Ho, 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 ho. Okay, so on the problems we're going to do next, we're going to look at this triangle, right? This edge is 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This edge is 6. This is my C in it. That's my hypotenuse, right? So my A is 2, my B is 6, and I do not know what C is. I'm going to let you do number 4. Number 4, if those ordered pairs are touching any part of the blue lines in my triangle, or they're inside the triangle, you'll circle them, right? Those are the ordered pairs that satisfy all those inequalities. On the next one, this is line 1, this is line 3. They cross, line 1 and line 3 cross right here. You're going to write down that ordered pair. I'm not going to do that for you. The 0 of line 1. The 0 is the x-intercept. Remember that. So where does line 1 cross the x-axis? You'll put that in the answer for number 6. I'm not going to answer it for you. My red line, where does it cross the x-axis? And lastly, number 7. We're going to do a squared plus b squared equals c squared, right? So I'm going to have 2 squared plus 6 squared equals c squared. That's going to turn into 4 plus 36 equals c squared. That's going to turn into 40 equals c squared. Now I need to square root, right? So I'm going to get c equals the square root of 40. Then you'll hit menu number factor. Menu number factor, 40 gives you 2 times 2 times 2 times 5. I could take a pair of 2's out, can I? So I'll pull a pair of 2's out, and 2 times 5 is 10. This is going to turn into 2 square root of 10. You will not write the square root of 40 as a decimal anymore. So make sure you can simplify those square roots. These activities are fantastic for this. This is what you will do in pre-AP geometry next year or in regular geometry, okay? You'll do the Pythagorean theorem and you're going to simplify that square root instead of writing it as a decimal. Well, let's go to number 8. Oh, this is what you've learned over the last 2 weeks. The hardest thing you do in algebra, probably those going into engineering, the most important thing you're learning now. This is the basic arithmetic of calculus, is factoring. So let's do number 8. I need the factors of 27 that add up to 9. I want to add up to 12. And it's the 9 and the 3 in it. So I draw my parentheses. I put my x and my x. The minus drops. Which one's larger, the 9 or the 3? The largest factor goes with the middle sign. Now then, what do I do to negative 9 to get to negative 12? If I put plus 3, I'm going to subtract. I'll do minus 3, and that's going to give me my minus 12 in it. Oh, F-U-N, fun, fun, fun. Now then on the next one, okay, try to factor out a 3. Does 16 divide by 3? It doesn't, does it? So we're going to have to take the 3 and the 20 and multiply. This is when the problems get hard. Now then, if you want to, on your calculator, you can do 60 divided by x, hit, and then graph it, hit Control-T, and get all those factors. We need the factors that add up to 16. So what can I multiply, get 60, add and get 16? Instead of writing them all out, I'm just going to go straight to it. You could use your calculator to get all those factors out. But 6 times 10 would work. Okay? Next thing you're going to do is put 10 and then put 6. And then remember, we need to divide by 3x, don't we? And they're both going to be negative too, right? They're both going to be negative. Okay, so negative 10 minus 6 is my negative 16. The 10 and the 3 won't simplify, but these over here will divide by 3, won't they? If I divide by 3, I'll get negative 2 over x. Now then, this turns into my parentheses. So my parentheses will be 3x minus 10 and x minus 2. Ho, 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 ho. And if I work it out, I get negative 16 in the middle with my full, positive 20 when I multiply the last terms, and 3x squared when I multiply the first terms. This is the simplest way to do this, okay? Pretty stout stuff. Let's go to number 9. Number 9, okay? What is this on a calculator? You should be able to punch that in on the calculator. 3 to the negative 3 gives you 1 over 27. Now then, the x to the negative 2 is going to drop, and the y squared stays on the top, and you just take out the 1, don't you? So you'll have y squared over 27x squared. Piece of cake. That's about Staar level. Just make sure you know the negative exponents are going to go down, right? On the next one, we're going to take this 1/2 and distribute it, right? Remember, 49 to the 1/2 is the same thing as the square root of 49. So 49 to the 1/2 is going to be 7. Then I'm going to have x, sorry about that, 1/2 of 8 is 4, y, negative 4, take 1/2 of it would be negative 2. The y needs to drop, doesn't it? So 7x to the 4 over y squared. Oh. This one right here, you will graph this, hit Control-T, and then write down your answers for 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Put your answers down here. The ones that are zeros are your x-intercepts, right? Remember, the zeros are the x-intercepts. Okay, it could be 1, it could be 2, depending on where the numbers are, okay? So you'll write down your zeros at the bottom. Let's go to number 11, okay? On number 11, more factoring. Most important thing you're learning in this, if you are going into engineering, this is like the zenith of what you're learning in algebra this year. Okay, so on this one right here, 2, 14, and 20 are all even. So I'm going to divide them all by 2. That's going to give me 2 parentheses, x squared plus 7x plus 10, close the parentheses. I need the factors of 10 that add up to 7. The factors of 10 that add up to 7 are 2 and 5, aren't they? So I'm going to put 2 parentheses, x and x, drop my plus. My biggest factor is 5. What do I do to plus 5 to get plus 7? I need to add 2, don't I? So 2 times x plus 5 times x plus 2 are the factors. Remember, you're getting the factors, right? Those are the factors of 2x squared plus 14x plus 20. Let's go to the next one. Okay, these all divide by 3, don't they? Okay, so I'm going to take a 3 out of all of them. That's going to give me 3 parentheses, 3x squared plus x minus 10. Okay, now then, this 3, we got to do what next? We got to take the 3 and the 10 and multiply, right? So I'm going to put 30 over here, and I want to subtract and get 1. So the factors of 30 that subtract and give me 1, it's going to be 5 times 6, isn't it? F-U-N, fun. Okay, so let's go down. I'm going to do my work over here to the side. I'm going to put, because I don't have a lot of room over here, let me put 30 and 5 and 6 right here. Circle this. So we're going to do 6 and 5, and I need to get positive 1, I need a plus 6 and a minus 5, don't I? And then I'm going to divide both of them by 3x. Okay, so 6 minus 5 is my positive 1. And then I'm dividing both of them by 3x. These divide by 3, which will turn into 2 over x, won't they? This is going to turn into my parentheses. So I'm going to have x plus 2, parentheses, and then 3x minus 5. And if you work that out, it works out to that, okay? Those are the factors of 9x squared plus 3x minus 30. This is not easy. The way I'm teaching you the factors, easy though, compared to what I had to learn, okay? Just straight, simple forward to make sure you're getting this. Number 12, this is dividing your quadratics here. We can't take 2 out of 9, can we? So we're going to take 2 and 18 and multiply them, and you would get 36. Now then, I need the factors of 36 and subtract to give me 9. What can I multiply and get 36, subtract and get 9? You can do it on the calculator. I'm going to go straight to the factor that works. It's going to be 3 times 12. So I'm going to do 12 and 3. And then we're going to divide everything by 2x. These divide by 2. That's going to turn into 6 over x. So my parentheses will be x plus, what do I need to do here? It's going to be a minus 12 and a plus 3, right? Minus 12 plus 3 is a negative 9. So this will be a negative 6. So x minus 6 and then 2x plus 3. Now then the x minus 6's are going to what? Divide out. So all that's left is 2x plus 3. Now then I'm going to show you a shortcut that will always work in Algebra 1, because in Algebra 1 you don't have a remainder. What do you multiply x by to get 2x squared? Let me do this in another color here. What do you multiply x by to get 2x squared? You multiply by 2x, don't you? What do you multiply negative 6 by to get to negative 18? You multiply by positive 3. This right here is this factor in it. Ho, 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 ho. F-U-N, fun, fun, fun. That's the basic shortcut for doing it, okay? That will always work in Algebra 1 because you will not get a remainder when you divide. Let's go to 13. More factoring. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, on 13 we got 2 letters. It doesn't matter. Still can factor it. And on 13, they are both perfect squares, aren't they? 4x times 4x and 9y times 9y, right? So this is a difference of squares. So it's going to be 4x minus 9y and 4x plus 9y. And you can write that in any order, can't you? Okay, on the next one, this is a square root. This is a square root. I get 5x and I get 4. If I multiply 5x times 4, I get 20. And if I double 20, I get 40. Ding, 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 ding. This is a perfect square. So my answer is going to be 5x plus 4 and 5x plus 4. Ho, 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 ho. Now then, let's keep going to number 14. Okay, on number 14, some of y'all are skipping this. That is inconceivable that y'all don't know how to do this. Negative a over b is your slope. So negative a over b would be negative 2 over 5, right? Then real quickly, the x-intercept would be 20 divided by 2, which would be 10. The y-intercept would be 20 divided by 5, which would be 4, right? You better be able to get all of that from standard. Like, boom, you should know that. Okay, on this one, some of y'all left this blank last week. This is the slope. It's just 3/4. There's no arithmetic. On this one, this is the slope. It's negative 2. Okay, on this one right here, this is an easy way to get your slope. Put x and y, and then make a t-chart. 2, negative 4, and negative 3, 6, and then draw your carets here. What do you do to 2 to go to negative 3 on the number line? You're going to go from 2 and you're going to go backwards to negative 3. You go left 5, don't you? What do you do to go from negative 4 to 6? To go to negative 4 to 6, you're going to move over 10, right? This is my y minus y. This is my x minus x. It's going to be 10 divided by negative 5. That's a simple way to get that slope. So the answer, 10 divided by negative 5, my slope would be negative 2. Oh. Now that I'm not going to do the next two for you, I'm going to start you off. Right here, let's put this at the bottom. X equal Y equal. 3 divided by 3 would be 1. 3 divided by negative 1 would be negative 3. Those are my X and Y intercepts. And then notice that the Y is negative, so this is going to flip it. So this line will be shaded down. So you're going to plot your intersections, and it's going to be a dashed line to it. And you're going to shade down. Let's go to this one. Negative 10 divided by 2. And I'll do it in a different color. Negative 10 divided by 2, your x-intercept's going to be negative 5. Negative 10 divided by 5, your y-intercept's going to be a negative 2. The y is positive, so you're going to keep the greater than. You will shade up. Okay, so on this one, you'll shade down. On the other one, you'll shade up. Make sure you can follow along with that. And lastly, on 16, underline function of, this is your y, this is your x. I would just go right here and get your carets, right? 8 minus 5 is 3. 12 minus 6 is 6. This is your y minus y. This is your x minus x. Write out your slope and fill it out. Ho, 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 ho. I hope you have enjoyed doing this star review. I've done almost the whole front for you. Finish this up. Tomorrow we'll work on the back. Remember, you are amazing. You are created to do wonderful things. And you are awesome.